as I talked about at the top of the show, we have a couple of guests in the studio. And first of all, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Well, thank you.
Hi. That is Karine Kaniki. I do have your name. I'm saying your name properly?
Yes, it's Karine Mujinda. So.
Okay. And Aeon Kano?
Yes.
Thanks for coming by today. And Karine, you are, I must get the title right, the founder anyway.
Yes.
Founder and originator of a group called Women and Girls of the World.
Yes.
And particularly trying to raise awareness around the war in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yes.
When did you find this group?
It was in 2006 when I was back in university when I was still a student.
You're from Congo yourself? You're from the DRC?
Yes. But I left the country very, well, yeah. So I don't have a lot of history in the country, so...
But definitely the issues are important to you?
Yes, they're very important.
You know, it's great timing. I know you emailed me about a week ago, and in the newspaper this week, of course, there was news of Michael Jean, our Governor General, being in Kinshasa talking on this very issue.
Yes. Last weekend, I had an interview at a different radio. And we were talking about the same issue, of course. And when I saw her going there in Kinshasa, I was very thrilled because at least this way, we make sure that the message will get into the ear of the people.
The issue, of course, that she particularly talked about is sexual assault against women by soldiers in the DRC. But of course, war affects, invariably, women are the greatest victims in any war, women and children. Is that the focus, or is the focus of your group particularly on the sexual crimes committed against women?
Well, the focus is, of course, on the children and women victims of the war. And we also are talking about genocide already, because the number of people that have died is way too much. We're talking about more than 5 million of people dead. This is more than more people that have died more than on the World War II, and more than on the Holocaust. And this is more people than ever in the history of humanity. So this is the reason why we're focusing on the victims there, and it happens to be that most of them are women and children, and what is being done to those victims is horrible. What we're trying to focus on is how we can help them. With this foundation, we want them to know that they're not alone. And that we will do just about anything to get them the help that they need to survive and to get back on their feet, especially with the kids and with the young girls who have so many years in front of them to live.
It seems like it's a war driven, not so much as it's played about just people sort of fighting one another for the sake of tribal wars or anything like that. But in fact, Congo is an incredibly resource-rich country.
Well, of course, when there's war, people are fighting each other for some reason, right? Mm-hmm. And then what is very confusing for people who don't know about this conflict is who's fighting who. Mm-hmm. And even for me, myself, it's confusing. Mm-hmm. But then we hear the stories of the victims, and we hear that they're being assaulted by soldiers, and we know that these women and the children are the main targets of this war. Mm-hmm. And then we understand that children are the males are being transformed into child soldiers, and the females are being transformed into sexual slaves, and the adult women are being just abruptly raped to death. And also, we hear that there are a lot of slaves, like a lot of men are transformed into slaves, and young children also, so the males, to go work to extract minerals. So then when we track down what's happening and we try to understand, we see that there is a reason behind this war. And what is financing the war is what is driving the war is the hunt of those minerals.
Yeah, those minerals that keep our cell phones going that we just throw away, for instance.
Yes, like a lot of organizations are trying now to recycle those cell phones, but also. When we look at history in general, I was because I have a cause on Facebook that is called "Stop the Genocide in the Congo," and a lot of organizations in the U.S., in UK, France, all of those countries have also organizations working to every day to raise awareness on the issue in the Congo. Back when I started 4 years ago, the conflict was unknown. And people were just, they thought I had a problem because I was talking about it, and I was trying to raise awareness, and I was trying to do that in a way that was really, really consistent. So they didn't understand. One thing that I'm happy today, 4 years later, unfortunately, 5 million people, more than 5 million people dead later afterwards, is that now people understand that there's a problem in this country. And with the help of all the ONG, all the groups that are working on raising awareness, it has become a lot easier to talk about what's happening in the Congo and to follow some kind of a direction. Because first, when we started, we didn't know where is the problem. Why are women being a target? What is going on in the Congo? Those images are just horrible. What can we do? So today, it has become easy. You just have to Google what they're doing in the U.S. and doing the same kind of thing in Canada or in the country where you are.
How do you see raising awareness as helping the problem?
Well, first when we started, it has helped a lot because first when I started as a student, I didn't have much money, so I only, with the help of some friends, we made up a website. At this time, it was all in French because I'm French. So it was a very small website with a documentary that was showing a hospital in the eastern Congo called Hospital Penzi. So that hospital, the doctor there was rescuing all the women and young girls being assaulted. So that hospital was free for those women. And just by showing that documentary, 4 years later, they're receiving now, they become now a UNICEF-supported hospital. So raising awareness is it seems like it's nothing, but it's really, really what is missing in this crisis today. The reason this crisis is continuing is because there is a silence that is entertained around the conflict. And breaking that silence in itself is powerful.
Where can people find out more about your organization? Do you have a website?
Yes.
Or a Facebook page? Or, as you mentioned, the Facebook.
Yes. So the Facebook page is Stop the Genocide in the Congo. And the website is www.womenandgirlsoftheworld.org.
Particularly right now, you've created a song to try and create awareness around it.
Yes.
Tell us about that project.
Yes, so this project, it came out, I would have to say, in a way that I didn't expect it. because basically what I was doing before, and with me and the team, we were just trying to create events. So last year we did a fashion show to try to fundraise, because and then we did a Yuck Yuck event where we chose some
a Yuck
comedian.
Yuck event?
Yeah,
As in a comedy routine.
Yes.
That seems totally incongruous
The reason,
to the issue, but okay, go on.
yeah, the reason it's like that is because this conflict is shameful, and nobody want to talk about it, and it's very hard to do just a conference where you say women are being assaulted and showing images around that. So we try to be innovative in a way that we wanted to talk about this conflict, because we just don't want to show those pictures. They're horrible. And we want to bring hope instead of telling people there's nothing we can do. Right? So that's why we first did the fashion show, a lot of women helping other women. So that was the idea behind the fashion show. And then we did the Yuck Yuck, which was a comedy, where people will be relaxed, will be laughing and hearing a positive message, because the message in itself is very negative, and people don't want to take it like that. And I don't feel I'm not gonna feel good just giving it like that. So we needed something like, with the fashion show, it was really easy because beauty will come erase all of the ugliness of the war. But then with the comedy,
No, it's wonderfully creative. It's a wonderfully creative.
Thank you. So with the comedy, then people will laugh, and then we will bring them back to what is happening, how they can help, because we want them to feel like they can do something.
And it is terrible what's going on there, but it's a creative card to play, just to not to make it, not to present it in such a way as all you're doing is, hammering people with it, which you are. I mean, you are bringing a message home about terrible things happening, but
Yeah.
with comedy and with in this case music, song.
Yes. So in this case, I wanted a song, but a song that will be something that people could dance on, and people could enjoy. So that's why first when we wrote the song, the melody, the beat was very slowed down, and then I made the team listen to it. And then we decided that we wanted to come up with something really powerful that people can dance on, enjoy, and be happy.
Just back up for a second,
Yeah.
because so how did the song get created? You obviously had a large part in it as well, but you're a musician?
Well, I'm a writer, I'm a songwriter and a singer. So I write a lot of songs, but well, I've been trying to put them out there, but what I really wanted to do with this cause was to write. In fact, this is how it started. I'm going to tell you the whole truth, right?
Yeah, good.
So every month I make speeches in different places. So at that time I had a speech to do at York University that my sister, who's coming, she invited me into this African community. So I did first a speech in January. So they loved the speech. So they made me come back again in March. But then I had to take my vacation because I was kind of I was working so much that I needed some time off. So I went to Cuba. So just a week that I went to Cuba, my sister told me, Karine, what are we going to do with the speech? So I told her, okay, this is a great opportunity to talk to people. So we're going to do it. If I can be there, you can do the speech, but I will write the speech and I will send it to you from Cuba. Okay. So I was in Cuba in Varadero, very relaxed and thinking how my sister could deliver the speech, because she's not political like me. She's an artist. She's a singer. That's her life, right? So I wrote down something and I sent it to her. But when I sent it to her, it was too late, because the day of the speech, the speech was passed. So then what happened is, I told her, the way you will deliver it, because you're a singer, you're going to sing it instead of just saying it. And then I wrote the speech. So in fact, the song is a speech, but then we transformed it into a song. and it's just a beautiful song. It came out very nice. I'm really happy about it.